Hey everyone, I'm Heather Cannon with Women in Rodeo, and I'm here with Kelly Trace with Reach, and she has a unique story. She's on the marketing side of things, and I just want to share a little bit of that with you. So, Kelly, tell us about your company first.
My company is called Reach, and we're an inbound marketing company, so we do a lot of blogging, social media, and media strategy for companies when it comes to internet marketing. And you wouldn't really think about internet marketing with something as all-American and traditional as rodeo, but we've found a really nice way to match the two that has just turned into something really beautiful.
And that's awesome. I watch you guys, on all of your social media platforms, and I'm just curious, how did you get started with the rodeo industry?
The Silver Spurs Club actually put out an RFP of sorts to say, hey, we need a new marketing company, and here's what we need. And a lot of what they needed were very traditional things that our agency didn't do. And so I kind of just said, let me help you for a little bit, but I don't know that long term we'd be a good fit. And it kind of hurt my heart a little bit because I'm born and raised here in Osceola County, my grandparents, great-grandparents, and I know how important the rodeo is to this community. And I'm such a community girl that I was just like, I've got to find a way to figure this out. So I ended up applying and kind of just getting them to think about some new ways we could do some marketing for them, and they totally loved it. So about a year ago this time, last year is when I was elbow deep in learning everything I could about rodeo world. Even though I was from here, I didn't grow up in a cattle family. So what was really great about that angle, though, is that a lot of the things that I was learning about rodeo made for really great social media content, because a lot of the fans, even though they may like the Silver Spurs pages or follow them on other channels, they're just fans of the rodeo, but they may not know about the sport and the type of training that goes into it or how they take care of the animals and things like that. So we've really enjoyed working with the Silver Spurs Club in the last year to promote the rodeo and the sport, and not only that, but the Silver Spurs Club is a 100% volunteer organization with one staff member. So, the fact that they can put on all these productions all year and do that as volunteers is a great story in itself.
And so you're talking about fans that may not understand the rodeo industry or, may not really understand what they're watching out there on the dirt. Mm-hmm. You guys do a lot of educational blogs as well, right? And that's all on the website, correct?
Yes, if they go to silverspursrodeo.com and click on blog or /blog, they can see all the different blog posts we post all year. We have covered almost every single rodeo event and just educating the fan on what happens in the event. And probably what's really great that I feel like my team and the Spurs Club have been able to accomplish together is that we can put it in terms people can understand. I've heard it both ways. I get taught, by our friends at the PRCA or here at the Spurs Club, and now I'm able to channel that into a language that is just for the spectator,
right? So
they can know when they're watching something, they can connect it to what we're sharing with them.
So I'm really passionate about social media. I know you know that, and I think it's very important for the rodeo industry. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that if rodeos out there are not on social media, they're already behind. I think if they want to try to reach generations like mine, the millennials, the kids younger than me, that's where those people are getting their information. I always use this as an example. If there was a tragedy to happen, you're going to go to CNN.com right away. But my generation, we're going to hop on Twitter, we're going to hop on Facebook. What are people saying about it? Are any of my friends there? Those are the types of places you want to be putting your information out. And you want to put it out on the channels that your audience is on. So for us, that's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Maybe in a couple years, we may find that there's another new channel out there that our audience is on that we need to start talking to. So
for the smaller rodeos that maybe they haven't embraced social media yet and they want to take the first step, what social platform would you recommend first? It's simplest and easiest that they could, branch out into.
I would think that Facebook would be the place I would go first, just because it has such a broad range. You've got a lot of senior citizens on there that grew up watching the rodeo, and then down to the college kids that are sharing stuff with through groups, and that's how they communicate with fellow students. So I think that would be where I would start. But I think people need to remember that it's very easy to get overwhelmed. Anything new, it's just how when I first started to learn rodeo. That's something these people probably have known their whole lives, but I had to dive in head first and just make it a part of my life. And now even down to I find myself buying, blingy jewelry and
boots.
So, you just have to make it a part of your everyday habits, just like anything else, to make sure that you're communicating that. And probably what has been really neat about rodeo people is that they have such good stories. And so I found that if you just put your heart behind those storytelling abilities, people are going to really resonate with that and want to come to your event.
I agree, and I just have to say, again, I watch you on all social media, and you guys do a phenomenal job. I think it's some of the best work I see out there, and I'm blessed to know you. And we're right before a rodeo, and so do you want to give a shout out for the rodeo that's coming up real quick?
Sure, I would love to. We've got the Monster Bulls event that is happening this Saturday night, February 13th, so great opportunity to bring your date before Valentine's Day, kick off the weekend. And then the following Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the Silver Spurs Rodeo, where you'll see all 7 events for all 3 performances. It starts at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon at 2.
Awesome. And where can they look up that information? Is there a website?
Yep, you can go to silverspursrodeo.com, or you can get your tickets at the box office before the performance.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. It was
Thank
nice
you.
to talk to you.
It's the rodeo show.